Yo, what up out there? My name is Hypocrisy Jones, and you know my main man right here is
Scrap Lotto,
and this is
the weekly plug.
Here to get you plugged in on literally everything, anything, that's what we do here, right?
Oh yeah, that's exactly what we do.
That's what we do. And that's what we're going to do right now. So we're going to hit you with these plugs right here. Yo, this week I got the Bubba Dub Comedy Fest right here in Kokomo, Indiana at the VFW on May 13th. And guess what? Yo, Kokomo Press's very own Brian Allen West will be appearing there. So I want to plug you into that.
Yo, my plug for this week is a Twisted Metal TV show that premieres on Peacock this July. That stars Anthony Mackie, Will Arnett, and Samoa Joe as Sweet Tooth. So, it's going to be dope, especially if y'all played that game back in the day.
I also want to plug you into a little bit of fashion. Yo, we want to talk about Brandon Policki and his clothing line of Lost Dollar Clothing. Yo, check them out. You can find their socials probably right around here. And be sure to check them out on the Taking It Too Far podcast, which you can find on all podcast platforms. Yo, hopefully you check out those plugs. Hopefully we plugged you in on something good. That's our goal here. But, I want to open up the discussion board right here. So we all have a little talk, right? Just a little sesh. We'll call this a little smoke sesh, right? So, what's your thoughts today?
Well, some of my main thoughts, is about the whole, I was looking on the internet today, and they said that Mario Brothers, the movie, reached over 1 billion, tickets. Yeah, 1 billion.
Oh shit.
Over, money wise, that's how much they made. And they was talking about making more, Mario based movies.
Okay.
Talking about adding more to its universe. And I'm kind of I'm excited, but I'm kind of burnt out of these whole because Marvel with their whole universe that's been going on for 20 years, and then
you're having universe overload.
Yeah,
right?
then you got being a part of WWE universe is so much. I'm just I'm universed out.
Yeah, I
so
get that. It's universe fatigue.
Yeah, and I'm happy that Mario's doing this, and I want to see more Mario movies, but I'm kind of iffy with you gotta watch these 3 Mario movies to get, let's say, a Super Smash Brothers movie, and
you don't need all that anyways, because most of these are just they're plug and play stories these Sonic.
Yeah.
They just named it Sonic, but had they put a snail, in the place of Sonic, it would have been the same movie. Just because there's no story with that shit.
At least with Sonic, because with Sonic, they sort of had to make up, because I remember playing Sonic, back in the day, and I don't remember there being a story. Just you're saving these creatures, and Dr. Robotnik is trying to stop you.
Yeah.
From saving these creatures. So
you had to save all the animals. You were
that's what. Yeah.
I don't know. I thought he was a zookeeper for a long time.
See, that could have been. Then he's turning the animals into robots, because when you kill the robots, animals just pop free. It's so the movie is sort of kind of explaining to me
in sometimes.
Yeah,
sometimes. But I don't know. To get this back, I get you. It's universe overload. And sometimes you want to see something like a Super Smash Brothers movie. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah,
if you could
done,
do it
if done right,
correct,
and it can get the correct IPs, because there's people in Super Smash Brothers that's not really a part of Nintendo, like Sonic.
Yeah.
What's it? Persona 5. Would you consider? I feel I know Pokemon Nintendo, but they're their own entity within.
Well, if somebody says no, then they're like, oh well, it can't be in the movie now.
Yeah.
And the way franchises work, we've seen that with Marvel movies and stuff, and Spider-Man for a minute, but then they crossed over. So I think they have the ability.
And then how they did with X-Men, they had this fast Quicksilver.
Yeah, Quicksilver.
And they had Quicksilver in X-Men, and then they had Quicksilver in the Avengers movie, and he ended up dying in the Avengers movie, but he lived in the X-Men universe, and then they end up putting the things together.
Also weird sometimes.
Shout out to WandaVision for filling in that little.
Yeah, that things like that did help. I mean, although I think the shows kind of fell off.
Yeah, like they need to quit. Like kind of like with the shows, I feel like they just need to be movie based. Like if you're doing a show, don't do like these one-off season shows. Like all right, like here's one season of this show,
right?
And then watch this show so you can understand the next 4 movies.
I don't think you should put out season 1 unless you've done 3 seasons, or unless you have 3 seasons complete of the show. To be honest, that is my mindset. Maybe I'm wrong.
Or if someone's getting the show, let it be somebody from like a movie we just saw that can tell more of their like little backstory. Like in the Black Panther movie, like they said Ironheart is getting her own show, which because she was in the movie. So okay, I want to see more of Ironheart, but I don't want to see Miss Marvel.
Yeah, not looking for that.
I wasn't. I didn't like that. I didn't like. Moon Knight was cool. Like it was.
I still don't understand that.
Like
I'm still lost. I am still lost. Yeah. I've seen it 5 times. I don't know why. I watched it 5 times.
Yeah, Marvel fumbled Moon Knight, man, or Midnight as call it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's
like
very mid.
Yeah, hopefully Nintendo can stay away from like that and like all right, we see because that's what doomed DC. They wanted to be like, oh, we gotta be like the MCU. It's like, no, do your own universe. Like, kind of like see what they're doing, like their blueprint, but don't try to mimic. Like, oh, we gotta have like a group movie like out. Like like they did 2 movies in the Avengers movie.
I think
Justice League.
I feel that. I think the concept Marvel had with let's have these movies, let's intertwine all these movies, let's make it a real sort of series sort of thing, ambitious and very like noble that was the thought. And I wish that more places did that. WWE. This isn't a wrestling podcast, but up here in your houses, you don't have to put that up there. Like I wish that like people more stuck to that formula more, but it has to be hard. And like honestly, our age of consumption, it's more and more and more because we all have ADHD, and although we can pay attention to that and that sometimes, and depending on how your ADHD works, but like it's too much. It's a lot. It's a lot of overload, bro.
Yeah, hopefully Nintendo maps things out. Like Marvel and DC, they like to map things out and kind of like get like, all right, this is where we going.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get like a map here within the next probably 6 months or so, and they kind of like lay out, okay, Mario movie did this good. We want to announce either Super Mario Brothers 2 or a Donkey Kong Country or Luigi's Mansion or Yoshi Island. Like there's so many like elements to Mario that they can do, without having to. All right, we're gonna make a Smash Brothers. Right. Like no, we could like all right, let's do these. Like it's like they got games like they could do. And speaking of games, like imagine if Capcom did like their own like universe.
We got like what that Street Fighter.
The Street Fighter and Resident Evil. Yeah. Like imagine a Street Fighter Resident Evil crossover.
Man, I can't wait till we do that. Hey, you know what's gonna happen, right? It's gonna happen. 1, we set it on the weekly plug. And 2, it's already been put out in the universe, so it has to happen, even if it's like fan fiction or something like that.
Or Marvel versus Capcom.
That's a thing.
Yeah, it's a game. It's a game, but we can actually get it in
I like that
cinematic terms. Like have like Black Panther versus zombies from
Oh man,
and actually that could be also start of like Marvel's like Undead universe. Have like the little zombie because of the T virus.
I got you. Have you ever seen Superhero Beatdown on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. They kind of like what if this?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I've seen that's closest to like that really captures like what if
happened? Yeah, what if?
Yeah.
Like are you talking about? I want to say they had one where it's like cartoons. Yeah. And then they got one when it's real life.
Yeah. They've done both.
Okay,
I don't know if their budget went down or up, depending. But because they've done both.
They had one I saw. It was Predator versus Wolverine.
Yeah.
And that was dope. They filmed it like in like force or whatever to make it seem like it was like dope. That dude had like actually like Wolverine claws. And
I can't remember if it's superhero beatdown or superhero death battle.
see, Death Battle, I won't say it's a cartoon one.
Yeah.
And then they got beat down. That's the one that's real life because I remember they had the White Ranger versus Scorpion.
Yeah.
They had Batman versus Wolverine.
Yeah, they've had a couple Batman ones and a few Wolverine ones where he's really badass.
Yeah,
so they do really well, and they had one where they featured Green Ranger, R.I.P.
Yes,
and he did his own beatdown.
Yep. It's kind of like I remember that one because like they were doing the fight scene and everything. And then at the end, like he won.
Yeah,
and he took his mask off and it was him. I was like, oh shit. Like that was dope.
Yeah. Honestly, that one brought me back to wanting to watch Power Rangers stuff. I remember watching that with my kids and stuff like that. So
it's still on Netflix.
I think it's a YouTube thing.
Oh,
I think.
Well, no, I'm talking about actual Power Rangers.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even watch it. I didn't. Shame on me. I didn't watch it, but I hope it's still on Netflix.
Yeah,
I gotta try.
Yeah, because I know like they did a new one that's on Netflix, so hopefully like they kept all the old.
I had a guy on my Facebook feed. He was giving me play-by-play, like not me personally, but like he was giving out play-by-play on the Power Rangers, and I was like,
And it's just like crazy how like it's just a kind of like a cut and paste show.
Yeah.
Like it's a Japanese show, and they brought it to America, so they just filmed the American scenes here, and then they just chopped up the Japanese scenes and added in like the fight scenes and stuff. And I guess they ran out. It got too popular, so they ran out like fight scenes. So they had to start filming their own fight scenes, and that's how you can tell it kind of got like cheesy, goofy.
Yeah.
And like it's just funny just seeing all that. I won't say it was in like I love the '90s, one of them documentaries, and they was talking about like the Black Ranger was talking about how like he wasn't on board at first, and then he kind of like, all right, fuck it, I need the money. And now he's basically set for life. He can go to Comic Cons for the rest of his life just as his character he played 25, 30 years ago.
One day, that's gonna be our life, bro.
Yeah. Oh, if I can make Comic Con money, I wouldn't. I don't need to do nothing else.
Right. We're just gonna go to podcast conventions, man.
And just set up shop and $30 per autograph.
Yep. So I think that's the episode, bro. So although we are in universe fatigue here at the weekly plug, we have hopes. We have high hopes.
Yeah.
Things will get better, and
yeah, especially like with the whole Twisted Metal, that like PlayStation universe with Twisted Metal, God of War, Uncharted, Last of Us. That was
Last of Us. Yeah, no one holds a candle.
Like that PlayStation cinematic universe would be something.
Yeah, that's what I want. Let them all cross.
Yeah.
See, we're not in universe fatigue. We're fine. We're fine. And this has been the weekly plug. We're out.
Deuces.
Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of the Weekly Plug. And you can find me at Scrap Lotto on Twitter and Facebook. You can also find me at Eric Moses _ on Instagram. And I got my Morning with Scrap on Tidal, where I just play my morning, how I'm feeling, playing music. Hope you got titles for free. And I'm also on AMP, with the Scrapyard, where I play music also, and I talk, and we vibe and everything. And, you can catch that on AMP or live on Facebook. If you don't have the AMP app, you can just check it live on Facebook. It's normally on Sundays. Can't view on Sunday, got you covered. That's why it's on Facebook. You can just click on the link. And there you go.
My name is Hypocrisy Jones. You can find me on all social media platforms as Hypocrisy Jones. You can also, of course, you can find me right here on the Weekly Plug. You can also find me on the Kokomo Press and the Kokomo Press podcast. And you can also find me on In Your House and the In Your House podcast. We go live on Twitch weekly, twice a week, Wednesdays and Fridays. So come check me out there. It's Team In Your House on Twitch and Hypocrisy Jones everywhere else. Love ya.